So, a veteran recently came home to quite a disturbing sight. With his cheating cunt whore at home alone, nothing could have prepared him to find another man in his home. But it's what he did afterwards that has everyone talking. The entire ordeal has been divulged on GoFundMe page, where a former United States Marine, Brian May, who's 25, is asking for $25,000 to fund his divorce. The entire ordeal began back in January of 2015, as Brian states he had just completed 5 years in the military and his cheating cunt whore, also a Marine, still had 3 years to go. Unable to find work in Hawaii or enroll in college at the time, the couple's marriage came under a bit of strain, prompting Brian to move to Florida, where he could both further his education and get a part-time job. As he says, this was also an attempt to save my marriage, as his cheating cunt whore had threatened to divorce him if he had spent any more time unemployed. It had been 2 months at this point. After completing his semester, he told his cheating cunt whore that he was going to come home, but the cheating cunt whore told him she wasn't really comfortable with it. In fact, she went so far as to force Brian to sign over the rights of their daughter to her, as she claimed she was afraid he'd leave the state with her. He says he obliged because 1. I am naive and foolish, 2. I love the cheating whore cunt. Unfortunately, I still love her. However, upon returning home, Brian states that he found the second car in the driveway and immediately whipped out his cell phone to record. This is where the video starts. Upon entering the home, he found his 3-year-old daughter alone watching something on the computer, and he proceeded upstairs to the bedroom, where he found quite an unsettling sight. In the bedroom's bathroom was another man bent over and kissing his cheating cunt whore, who was sitting on the toilet. He then calmly escorted the man out of his house, all the time calling him a Jody. Urban Dictionary defines this term as the hypothetical man that is doing your girlfriend a wife while you're on deployment overseas. The Jody left in a hurry and even ran away in the end. His cheating cunt whore reportedly immediately attacked him while still in the nude, mind you, trying to get the camera away from Brian after he reminded her that adultery was against the military code. Worried about her job, she tried to destroy the evidence no matter the cost, resulting in the man sustaining bruising and ripped clothing. As it turns out, Brian's cheating cunt whore had been planning for quite some time to divorce him and had even travelled to New York to see a lawyer, his father's girlfriend, who had agreed to represent her throughout the divorce for free during her time of leave. Friends also noted that since he was gone, their 3-year-old daughter had been left unattended on several and frequent occasions as the cheating cunt whore carried out a life of drinking. Seeing how he had signed away his parental rights, he is now having difficulty taking his daughter away from the hellhole she's been living in, and it hasn't been easy or cheap. According to Brian, his cheating cunt whore filed for a divorce in New York so that he'd have to fight the cost of divorce on 2 fronts. The fact that she's getting help for free in one of the states, making it so that she has a pretty substantial advantage over him, which is why he asked for help with the assistance of a GoFundMe campaign. And from what I understand, Brian has been able to raise over $17,000 in the first month of setting up his GoFundMe page. Here's the rest of the video.
Hey, what's going on? What's up? You're fucked.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? You cheating on me?
No.
Hey, get out of my house. Get the fuck out of my house. Go on. Fucking Jody? Yeah, I bet. She's fucking your niece now, huh? You're lucky I don't beat your fucking ass, bitch. Hey, what's your name and rank, dude? What's your name and rank, bitch? Hey, look at the camera. Look at the fucking camera. Yeah, you're fucked, dude. Say goodbye to your fucking rank, bitch.
George writes in, I just can't believe these letters when I get them, but here's George. George writes in and says, Dear Tom, I need your pro advice. My girl is 22, and I'm 19. Strike one. And we have a newborn, which he misspelled. He put it as 2 separate words. New space born. Strike 2. It's a girl. And I don't know whether spelled W-E-T-H-E-R. I don't know whether to stay with her or DTB. And here comes strike 3, at least. He says, I'm going into the Marines in October. Should I stay with her or DTB? Can you help? Signed, George. You know, George, I love you like a son. I really do. But why in the world, at 19, do you have a girlfriend? Why in the world at 19 are you knocking up your girlfriend? And why are you doing this and then going into the Marines? George, did you pay any attention to anything I've said over the years? When you go into the Marines, that girlfriend of yours is going to have access to your meager Marine salary, your generous military benefits, and potentially your retirement pay. You can think that far ahead. By going into the military, you are guaranteeing, A, that when you're called away to service, you're going to be leaving your 3 years older girlfriend and your daughter alone, where these women get into all kinds of trouble, mainly banging other guys when you're not there. We get these reports on our boys in the military all the time. And then, if you marry her and divorce her, she can nail you for vaginamony. Let's say you marry her and things turn out lousy, as they usually do for people your age. You will end up paying vaginamony. Now, you will have to pay child support. There's no doubt about it. And I don't know why you would want to ruin your life this way. I mean, you're essentially flushing your life down the toilet. And I do not understand people who flush their lives down the toilet. I really don't. I bristle when I see stories like this. I mean, since a young age, I have saved money, gone to school as long as I could afford to, got training, learned more about what I do for a living, moved from city to city. I had a calculated plan to become who I am today. I don't understand completely carefree people who don't care what happens to them. They just don't care. Oops, I knocked her up. Whoops, she had the baby. Whoops, I don't know, should I dump that bitch or should I stay with her? Nowhere in this letter do I see that you love this chick at all. Should you stay with her or dump that bitch? I mean, the question is amazing. I talk about this stuff all the time. I talk about not knocking up your girlfriend, not having babies, not getting married before you're at least 25 or you realized your dreams, not to have a serious girlfriend who's 3 years older than you are. I don't get it. George, do you really hate yourself that much? Do you really think you have that little potential to change the world, to do anything, to create a product, to cure a disease, to invent something, to build a business, to do something unique and lasting? Do you really think that little of yourself at 19? Have you already flushed yourself down the toilet? You hook up with a girl who's older than you are. You're not even in the Marines yet. You're not in college. What the hell? You can't even spell, pal. Now you join the Marines? And by the way, this show is the biggest supporter of all of our boys in the military. They're a big part of our listening audience. But I tell you guys all the time, if you're going into the military, no serious relationships with anybody. Always use a condom. Never spend money on broads. You won't have a girlfriend or a wife until you get out of the service when you're done and you achieve your dream. I understand that it's probably scary to go into the military at 19, to face the possibility of going to Iraq or Afghanistan or Kuwait or wherever we're going to send people. I understand that. I understand it's scary. But having a girlfriend or a wife provides only a false sense of security. Because we hear so many stories of these girls latching on to military guys. Then you go off and they give you that tearful goodbye and then they proceed to bang everybody in the neighborhood while you're gone. Later, when they get knocked up by somebody else, or they fall in love with somebody else, and they unceremoniously dump you, they then take a nice parting gift when they go. A lovely parting gift, yes. They take part of your paycheck, they take part of your benefits, they take part of your retirement income. Before you've even retired, they're getting their claws in there. I mean, what George is doing here is just throwing his life away. He's throwing it away, and he can't even see it. Look at it. Look at his life. It's George's life. It's just swirling around in the bowl. Look at that. There goes George. Good thing he's in the Marines. Hope he can swim. Gotta be kidding me, pal.
Listen to the Professor Tom Likas. Marriage and serious relationships are a bad deal for all men out there. However, if you're also serving in the military, it's especially a bad deal. Learn from other people's mistakes when it comes to women. Don't be the next guy that gets burned, and just go MGTOW. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I want to thank James for requesting this video topic and making a donation. If you too want to make a video request, simply check the video description and click on the PayPal link. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Like, subscribe and comment.